Hey YouTube, it's Weird Paul. An exciting time in everyone's life is your first experience seeing your favorite band or singer performing live. It's a special memory. Today, I'll tell you about the first concert that I ever went to on September 25th, 1985. On September 15th of that year, I was looking in the newspaper, and I saw an ad announcing that my favorite singer, Weird Al Yankovic, was going to be appearing live in concert on Wednesday, September 25th. I didn't know how I was going to go to the show. All I knew is I had to be there. For the next 2 days, I brought the concert up in conversation every chance I got. I begged my dad to take me. And on September 18th, my dad came home with 2 tickets to the Weird Al concert. To see Weird Al and his stupid band, it cost $10.50, which means my dad spent $21 to take me. That was a lot of money for us back then. My dad told me that he thought it was important for everyone to get to see their hero in person. A few days before the show, there was an article about Weird Al in the paper. The excitement was building. And the night before the show, I wrote "Weird Tomorrow" in my journal. I was ready. The next day, school went by very slowly, but eventually it ended, and I got home and did my homework as fast as possible. Showtime was nearing, and my dad drove us to the venue, which was called Graffiti. It closed years ago. The first thing that my dad did when we got there was to lock his keys in the car. We called AAA, roadside assistance, for help, but before they got there, a policeman noticed us and helped us retrieve the keys. Weird Al's tour bus was parked outside, and it said "Stupid Bus" in big letters. We caught a glimpse of Weird Al himself as we were walking in. We could tell by his colorful Hawaiian shirt. We were early, and no one else was there yet, so we got to sit in the front row. Weird Al's opening act was Dr. Demento. I'd heard of Dr. Demento, and I knew he had a radio show where he played demented music. I also knew he wasn't a musician, so I wondered what he'd do. It turned out that he did what he did on the radio. He played parts of demented songs live on stage. He played "Earache My Eye" by Cheech and Chong, "Don't Eat the Yellow Snow" by Frank Zappa, "Der Fuhrer's Face" by Spike Jones, "Hello Mutta, Hello Fata" by Alan Sherman, and "Pencil Neck Geek" by Freddie Blassie. And he played the songs "Dead Puppies," "One-Eyed, One-Horned, Flying Purple People Eater," "They're Coming to Take Me Away," and "We Are the Worms," which was a then pretty current parody of "We Are the World." He also showed some video clips, like "Fish Heads" by Barnes and Barnes, the short film "Bambi Meets Godzilla," some Three Stooges, and the original '70s short film "The Wizard of Speed and Time." He finished up by leading us all in a sing-along of the classic song "Shaving Cream," which I'd first learned from a friend in 5th grade. How do I remember this? Because I wrote it all down when I got home. Finally, it was time to see Weird Al performing live. I saw the earlier of the 2 shows that Weird Al did that night, and it seems like he might have done a few less songs versus the later one. He performed some of his best parodies, including "I Lost on Jeopardy," "Like a Surgeon," "Eat It," "I Want a New Duck," and "The Brady Bunch." He also did some of his originals, like the reggae song "Buy Me a Condo," the Devo-inspired "Dare to Be Stupid," the love song "One More Minute," and the sci-fi song "Slime Creatures from Outer Space." And he got out his accordion to perform the "Hooked on Polkas" medley. But my favorite part of the show was the food medley, short parodies of 13 songs, and they were all about food. I wrote them all down on a piece of paper when I got home, because 9 of them had never even been released. He started off with 2 Thompson Twins parodies, "Doctor, Doctor," and "Moldy Now." Then he did parodies of Culture Club's "Mistake Number 3," "Make Me Steak Number 3," Night Ranger's "Sister Christian," which he changed to "Burger King," "Don't You Forget About Meat," a Simple Minds parody, and a parody of Hall & Oates' "Man-Eater" called "Spam Eater." But my favorite was "Feel Like Throwing Up," a parody of Bad Company's "Feel Like Making Love." I started banging my head when the electric guitar kicked in. It was an unforgettable show, and I was glad that my dad took some photos during it. They came out pretty good, except this one. In my journal I wrote that the pics were great except headless. I saw Weird Al live 2 more times. Once was in the 90s with my mom, and the other time was last year in 2016. My friend Armando got me a VIP ticket to see Weird Al on the mandatory world tour. I got a Weird Al flag, the Weird Al issue of Mad Magazine, and I got the Weird Al mandatory beret. Before the show, I got to go to a pre-party where I made an aluminum foil hairdo, and I got my picture taken by the Wheel of Fish from UHF. Weird Al did not disappoint. In the years since I'd last seen him perform, he'd perfected his brand of entertainment until it was the best that it could possibly be. After the show, we waited for Weird Al to come back to the theater. There were a lot of us waiting to meet him. When it was my turn, I asked him if he would sign one of the photos my dad had taken from the first time I'd seen him, almost exactly 31 years before. I told Weird Al that he is our greatest living entertainer.
Show now, just you're the greatest living entertainer that we have, I feel, so.
Thank you. We're gonna have to redo that real quick, sorry.
Oh, yeah, great.
Somebody going for Jim? That's kind of just a weird, you got it.
Great. Thank you so much.
Good to see you again. Take care.
I was actually kind of relieved that Weird Al did not recognize me as Weird Paul. I'm pretty sure he didn't know who I was. But now he knows who I am. The director of the new Weird Paul documentary sent Weird Al clips of some of my homemade music videos for his songs. Weird Al said that he loved them, he said to say hi, and he wished me the best of luck. I don't think that the teenage me would ever have believed that someday Weird Al would have seen my videos. I hope that you enjoyed the look back at my first concert. If you did, don't forget to click on the like button down below. And after you do that, leave a comment and let us all know what your first concert was. I'll see you soon with more memories. Thanks, YouTube.